In 1983, a group of English philosophers said that sweet dreams are made of this, and who am I to disagree? Traveled the world and the 7 seas, and everybody is looking for something. That was the Eurythmics. I was 1 year old, and that song brings to question a couple of things. Number one, how do you rhyme this with 7 seas? Unless you're British. And the answer is that you can't. The other question is, what does it have to do with today's video? And I'm glad you asked that, because today's video is about building Rachel's garden. See, we are up here on this hill. Our house is down here, and when we moved in, this space was completely useless. It was covered in trees. It was pretty shallow. There's a rock table. We kind of live up on a mountain hill. I don't know what it's called. Probably a hill. It's not real tall, but anyway. There's a valley below us, so we're up here. The rock was probably about 1 foot or 18 inches below the surface, so there's just not a lot you can do with it. So what we decided to do was we cleared it off. We got rid of most of the trees. On my birthday, at the end of August, built this retaining wall, brought in a bunch of dirt and soil to help level it off a little bit, and then we put in this barn. So you guys have kind of seen that journey over the last 6 months of this hill going from a wasted space right next to our house to being something that we can use. We built the barn, built a little greenhouse in there. Our sheep live up here for now. They're about to get, well, some of them are about to get moved to a different area, but it turned something that was nothing into something that was usable. So today, Rachel's dream is to take this space and turn it into a potager. You don't know what a potager is? I don't either. Well, I didn't, but now I do. A potager is when you want a garden and you hire a garden coach, and the garden coach tells you how to plant your garden, what to plant where, and also how to make it look really nice, really fancy. So a potager is like a sustainable, fancy garden that requires a lot of building and landscaping. So that's where I come in. I am going to build some raised beds over here. I'm gonna build a walkway right here. We're gonna do some things over here, and then it's gonna be Rachel's dream. So this is her dream. This is what she wants. A year ago this month, our world got flipped upside down. We were living life. We were crazy busy like most people, running our business, and then the pandemic hit. It turned us on its head. And I went into building fences to maintain my sanity, and Rachel dove into gardening. So sheep and gardening are her things, but she doesn't just want a garden, she wants an awesome garden. So we're going to build her an awesome garden. So today we're working on finishing up the fence, building these raised beds. Then we're going to take a bunch of stuff and put it in the raised beds, put some soil on top so she can plant some things, and you guys will get to come along with us on this journey of turning an unusable space into a beautiful potager. Don't know how to spell it, but that's what we're going to do. So far is we've got these raised beds somewhat finished. We're gonna leave some of these edges unfinished just because we don't know exactly what we're gonna do. So we'll come back and make it all pretty and finished out a little bit later. But for now, we've got the metal on the bottom. We've got it supported on the top. We built this top rail so that someone can lean on it and sit on it whenever they're working inside of it. So what we need to do now is we need to fill it up. Now, most of the plants that we're gonna plant in here are obviously not gonna go down 24 inches or more into the existing soil. So we're gonna put some filler underneath there. We've got a big pile of leaves. We've got some hay. I'm gonna run those through our shredder, our chipper and shredder, just so it breaks them down a little bit more so they can turn into compost sooner. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put that in here, put a layer of that probably about 12 inches, and then we'll put topsoil on top of that. So I'm gonna have to wrap up for the day. I've got to go teach a few gymnastics classes this afternoon, but we made pretty good progress today. We got all the metal on this raised bed. We got the siding, or the sides put on here so we can sit on it. And we also started filling the bottom. This is 26 inches deep, and you really only need the top, 12 inches would be sufficient, maybe even less than that, to be growing soil. So I've been putting some hay, some compost, some stuff in the bottom. I wanted to show you guys though what that mulcher, shredder, chipper thing does. So this is just hay that we've been feeding our sheep. Sheep are very wasteful. They trample it. There's different ways you can keep them from doing it, but for us, we've just been throwing hay, the big round hay bales in here. And they eat some of it, but most of it falls on the ground. They step on it and all that. We weren't too concerned because, for one, hay was really cheap this year, and two, we knew that we were going to need a lot of hay for composting material. So this is just the raw hay, and this is what we mulched. So you can see it's a lot more fine. It's almost kind of like a peat moss type texture. It obviously holds moisture really good because it's really wet. And so we're gonna mulch the hay and this pile of leaves and put that in the bottom of these raised beds. So we need to get this one filled up, then we'll put dirt over the top of that, and that one will be ready to go. Rachel's probably gonna stain the wood because she likes things to look nice, and that's okay, that's fine. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna start on these over here. So we'll have raised beds on both sides of this, and then we'll have the Pō-Tij-Ā garden. I don't know if you say Pō-Tij-Ā garden or if Pō-Tij-Ā means garden, but if I say Pō-Tij-Ā, people don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna say Pō-Tij-Ā garden. So the Pō-Tij-Ā garden will be on this side, and then it'll be awesome. We've got a lot of plants that we've started in our inside seed starting germination room. So those are gonna need to come outside soon. So hopefully we will have this finished in the next week, and we can start bringing some of those plants outside, and you guys can see how awesome it looks because I'm building it. So hopefully it looks great, or I'm gonna have trouble.